We spend so much time chasing the latest social media trends, but there's one tool that most churches are not using to its full potential. It's not flashy, but it's powerful, and it is email marketing. Last week, we talked about how to plan your content. Now, this week, we are taking that planning mindset and applying it to one of the most overlooked tools in ministry, email. God is a God of order, as mentioned in 1 Corinthians 14:40. Let all things be done decently and in order. I think in marketing, email is one way that we can bring that structure, intention, and clarity to our audience and really communicate with certain people a certain way, if you know what I mean. So there are different groups that you can have in your email tools so no one will feel left out. I want to talk about this today, email marketing, and why it still works. So it's direct communication, right? We always talk about this when it comes to being a content creator. You do not own your followers, right? Don't own your followers on your platform. But if you have an email list, yes, you own that. And it is a direct line from you to someone else. Same with ministry. No algorithm is deciding who is going to see your message, but you are deciding it by directly inviting them to open your emails. And there are certain things you can do to increase your open rate. Most people check their inboxes every day, and you're just getting a more guaranteed visibility. Email also builds trust over time because it's personal and direct. Some of the common mistakes that I see churches do when writing emails is, number one, only emailing when there is an event. And people just tune out because, number one, they are not used to having an email from the church in their inbox. They know it's just an announcement, an unpersonal one. And even if it is an announcement, I would recommend to dress it up in a more personal way. And the way you can do this is with storytelling. You don't just start with an event, in the first couple of sentences, but you start with, have you ever felt this in this way? Or, something that people can relate to. Another thing that I also see is that oftentimes emails are overloaded with information. And that is also something people would tune out from. So keep it short and clear. And when I say clear, I mean keep it segmented. So in every email tool nowadays, you can have segments. So you can have separate, some tools call it lists or audiences for different purposes. So let's say one is just for parents, for, talking about the kids ministry. And then one is just for the church leaders, and one is for everyone. So make sure you have these segments and don't send the same message to everyone. Tailor it and use different tools, use pictures and videos, and what is it called? My German is in the way. Bold letters and things like that. So one way that you can get started in case you are not yet sending emails is with a simple tool such as ConvertKit or MailChimp. That's what I use. I highly recommend MailChimp. It's really nice and easy to use. And start building your email list. So you can start with your directory, with the emails that you already have, and then create a sign up at every service or every event that you host. You can have a pop-up form on your website as well to get people to sign up for emails. And then next, set a schedule for your emails. I would recommend starting out with 1 to 2 emails per month, not to overload people. And again, don't make it only announcement, not just an email about an event, but for example, you can send bi-weekly devotionals or scripture reflections, behind the scenes stories from ministry life, and then go ahead and do your invites and reminders for services and events. Celebrations and testimonies are also really great from the congregation. Like if you have a testimonial video or maybe 3 written testimonies with a picture beside it, anything that is encouraging and nourishing and spiritual content, not just announcements. People don't want to have announcements. I always preach that on their social feed, and they don't want to have it in their email inbox either. Make sure you have an attention grabbing subject line. You can use the help of ChatGPT for this. Just make sure it's really in your voice as well. But let ChatGPT give you a couple of suggestions if you need them. And that makes people curious and open to open the email. And don't forget your call to action. Yes, we even need that in an email too. You want people to know whether they should click a button or click a link to sign up for an event or volunteer or respond for a prayer request or anything like that. And then repurposing also works for when you need to write an email, because you can turn your sermon notes into an email devotional. Again, if you need help with that and you don't have a copywriter on staff, put your sermon into ChatGPT, give it some prompts, make sure it has your tone, it has your voice, what you want to say, but it can help you definitely structure it as a devotional. Church leaders, you're not going to want to miss this. I am working behind the scenes on a course for you that will change your view on social media, that will make things easier for you, and that is 100% free. Yes, you heard that right. So it's called the Church Social Starter Kit. It's a full-blown course. It's not some kind of PDF that you download. No. It's going to be a course that I walk you through. It's going to have a community attached to it where you can ask questions. You'll get a simple system. You'll get post ideas, and you get, as a bonus, a 7-day content calendar to help you get started fast. Okay, so I'm working on this. It is done really soon. If you want to get on the wait list, just click the link in the description. I will send you the email as soon as it's out. And again, this is 100% free, and I would love for you to be part of this. And here are some reasons why your church should use email. Number one, it is direct and personal. It goes straight to people's inbox. There is no filtering through an algorithm, and it allows you to speak directly to people with warmth and clarity and whatever you want to say. Number two is that it actually has the highest ROI, return of investment, in digital marketing. Statistics show that email still outperforms social media in clicks and conversions. It's perfect for events and giving reminders and prayer updates and sermon follow-ups and nourishing emails and really everything. Number three is that it builds a sense of belonging. You can write like a pastor, not a promoter. You can give it your voice. You don't have to be someone else. So again, yes, use it for devotionals and behind the scenes scenes. Is that a word? And even personal stories from your team. And lastly, you own the list. As I mentioned in the beginning, you do not own your social media followers, but if you have an email list, you own that. Instagram and Facebook can be gone tomorrow, but your email list will remain. And that is why you should have an email going on as a church. So if you don't have a newsletter, I highly recommend making one. If you have one, I highly recommend stepping it up and maybe adding another weekly email to it, or just consider doing some of your outreach, be it alpha groups or group signups or anything that you want people to see the value of and to see the mission of. Consider writing an email for that. So whether it's weekly or bi-weekly, I want to encourage you to start some kind of email, because your people are checking their emails. The question is, will you be in their inbox? With this, I want to leave you today, and thank you so much for tuning into this episode. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and give me an honest review on all of the platforms, whether you are listening to this on Spotify or Amazon, Apple, or YouTube. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye.